Hello and welcome to an Englishman in Cunderman. And also welcome back to Englishman's Ramblings. Just talking about any silly old nonsense that takes me fancy. Just want to start off by saying really that there's a few different stories going around on Facebook about Abby and myself. We are happy together. That's all that matters to us. Everybody else that thinks different, that's up to them. We're big enough and daft enough to rise above it. In relation to my daughter, yes, I'm upset at what she did, self-harming. As you all know, or as a lot of you will know, I lost my son a few years ago, and as much as both incidents hurt, I don't think that I can be to blame. Yes, I can do things better. Yeah, I can do things different. But I think the accusers need to look in the mirror really and see where they stand in all of that. Anyway, let's move on from that. Got a little drink, cloudy apple cider tonight, Strongbow's Strongbow make. A couple of years ago I was very fond of this. I have cut down a lot, only have it occasionally now because it was starting to get a bit addictive, and I didn't want to go to a place where that could have took me, that's for sure. Quite like a drink now and again. I try quite like a drink quite often actually, but you know, when I've had too much, I've had too much, and I need to realise that and not carry on. But it's all good. It's all good. I've got little baby Andre here now. He's coming on a treat. He is, lovely little boy. Yes, there's some you know, negativity about me being close to my grandchild because he's from my stepdaughter, but so what? I had a cracking life with my stepdad, so you know, that's just the way it is sometimes. As long as his mum's happy, and I'm happy, and my wife's happy, and Andre's happy, sod the rest of them. That's my take on that. So there's been a few changes today with the well, last night's announcement of Mr. Johnson. He's in the lockdown. Still don't believe we're in a lockdown, to be honest, but you know, that's obviously people have different opinions on that, and I don't profess to be an expert on what is classed as a lockdown and what is not. Although what I would say, it's still a bit scary for people that, you know, yeah, we're flattening the curve, but you know, if you try and think you flatten that curve too soon, you end up with a bigger curve, in my opinion. But time will tell on that. I'm currently furloughed from work. My understanding is that is for a minimum of 3 weeks, which would take me up to, I think, the 22nd of May. Somewhere there. I'm on the Friday anyway, around that date. Will be the minimum, unless things change in the meantime. I haven't heard anything as yet. Obviously it's a bit difficult to know what's going on for sure, but you know, at some point I presume I'll be going back to work. at some point I'm going to have to go back to work, because you know, without work and money coming in, the world doesn't turn so quick, or stops turning altogether in some people's cases. So that's where we are. I've been quite busy, not physically busy. I did a little conversion last week on swapping the dining room round with the bedroom for Bayer and Andre and Joey, so they've got a bit more room, and that's worked quite well. Mum likes that arrangement as well. She's quite happy with it, and you know, it involves swapping some doors over and that. So I was quite tired that night, to be honest. I haven't done any work of that nature for some considerable years, so not something I'm looking to get back into unless I have to. Whoever knows where things will go. But no, hopefully it's not something I'm going to be doing in the future. Perhaps when I retire, if I want to do a little bit of something, then I can just do it at my own leisure, but certainly want it to be an occupation again, that's for sure. So we've done that little job, but I've been keeping quite busy. Been helping Mum out really with, obviously, you know, she's sort of, you know, she's getting on a little bit now, and that's not trying to be unkind, but you know, sometimes she's not that savvy with some of the technology to be able to do what she needs to do in relation to all of Dad's affairs and her own, of course, like, but I think we're getting there. As far as we know now, we've got all the documents we need to sort everything out, and it's all been sorted, well, say sorted, all been dealt with in the fact that it's been, the administration's been done, and it's all the things have been sent off. We've just got one letter to post tomorrow. But that's a nothingness really, because it's doubtful going to lead to anything that will help us. But you have to fill these forms in and send them off to see what Mum's entitled to or not entitled to. In many cases it seems not entitled to, which is a bit of a shame really, because she worked hard in her life, worked up until she was 67, so you know, she's done alright. Dad worked, you know, obviously he wasn't in the best of health, but he still managed to work up until he was 65, so you know, they've paid a lot into the system. You know, it'd be nice to see that they get something back that they're entitled to, not expecting the world, or I should say that they should get the world, but you know, it'd just be nice to make sure that Mum's not struggling in the future, but I think she'll be alright. Like she says, she's got the house anyway, so if she struggles she'd have to sell it. But I don't think it'll come to that, and I hope for herself really that it doesn't come to that, because I know that's not something she'd like to do. It's very, very quiet around Bishop's Castle, which is well, it's quiet when there's no coronavirus slowing people down, but yeah, it is pretty quiet. You hear a bit of noise on a Thursday night when they come out to clap. A gentleman over the road by the name of Sticky Wicket, quite a well-known man in the jazz scene, I think. Drummer, very, very good. Sometimes comes out and he plays a tune on his wheelie bin, and it's really good. There are some videos on YouTube of him and on the internet and that, but yeah, if you Google Sticky Wicket, you can have a look at him. Very talented drummer. But yeah, it's just quiet and peaceful. Everybody here is keeping themselves still, which, because of where we are, it is generally people around on the street that generally they've all retired, generally. So they obviously feel a bit more vulnerable than most of us, so they're keeping themselves inside, out the way, and going out for the bare necessities, which is good. So good night to you all. Thank you for watching in Englishman in Cunderman. Goodbye for now.